What's up, everyone? We have a special album today, one that I've actually been looking forward to for quite a while since I've noticed it got announced. Now, here's the thing, right? Full of Hell, Nothing. When No Birds Sang. I'm not a fan of Nothing. I like The Great Dismissal, the one album of theirs I've listened to, but they are not the reason I listen to this album. No, actually, it's Full of Hell, which some people might know. I don't know if they're more popular than Nothing. I'd assume not, though, based on who they collaborate with. Most notably, The Body and Primitive Man, the albums that I've cared about the most as of recently, at least in correlation to what we're talking about now, which is the new Full of Nothing, or Full of Hell album. Um, I really like this album, but I also really like Full of Hell when they do other things. And when I say other things, I do primarily mean doom, sludge, electronics, and industrial metal. Their ability to create eclectic soundscapes that sound good, and not only good but consistent, is incredible in my opinion. I think they have a vocalist. He sounds similar enough to everyone else on each album he appears on that I couldn't tell them apart, which is a feat in of itself. But then the band themselves have such, like I said, an eclectic yet consistently good sound that it's really interesting to listen to. And as I said, I've listened to Nothing before, so I went into this with kind of mixed expectations because I like The Great Dismissal, right? But Nothing does something interesting, right? It's like shoegaze with some metal hardcore aspects to it, right? So I was expecting this to be a blistering album, something of searing levels of just fuck you and the world's ending, right? And the world ending part is definitely a big part of the album. The opening track is titled Rose Tinted World, and then the end of the song is just this collage of news anchors talking about, spy planes getting downed, war and shit, stuff to invoke that sense of impending doom. But that's just the first track, and it's heavy. Rose Tinted World is heavy. It's exactly what I expected from this album. And then the second track, uh, Stars Filament, something like that, does not do that. It distinctly goes in the opposite direction. We have plucked acoustic guitar, we have soft drums, we have very almost spoken word poetry lyrics. It's a complete departure from what I expected from honestly either of these bands going into this, and yet I really like it because it's on theme. It feels like a man teetering on the edge, watching everything kind of fall apart around him, and I really like how it persists in that theme even when the sound changes. The track before Wild Blue, I really like it because it's a return of that more grandiose and pummeling sound. Wild Blue itself is also very good. The title track is a nice mix of these kind of like shoegazy and more indie art rock things. This album as a whole, honestly, is just a departure from what I expected. Now, again, I've only listened to one Nothing album and like three Full of Hell albums, so by all means, I am not an expert on either of these bands. This could be reminiscent of their older work for both of them, and I would not know. However, working with what I do know, this is new and interesting, and I really like that. I like that, again, that the theme is so consistent throughout the sonic changes. I like that there are so many sonic changes despite how, I don't know, kind of narrow-minded I went in. Because I did just expect 36 minutes of just pummel, pummel, pummel. And you get like 12 of that. And that's not a lot in comparison to, the full album. But I think it works, and I think it works in a way that kind of it gives you a new level of expectation from both bands, because now Full of Hell has a new kind of, I guess, twist on things. Now, I could be completely fucking wrong. It could be like, oh, actually Full of Hell just did this song and then Nothing did these songs, and like that totally could be the case, but I don't think this is a split. I think this is a genuine collaborative album. So the fact that they're taking a more mellow, calmer, lighter sound, while still incorporating their more classic heavy stuff, I really want to see where that goes in the long run. I really want to see if this branches into other collaborative albums they end up doing, and I'm just interested as to what Nothing does. I'm like, because I read his little Apple Music bio, and I was like, God damn, this dude's fucking crazy. And then you listen to it, and you're like, this is the most serene shit I've listened to in a minute. And that's one way to describe about 2/3 of this album. Very serene, very surreal, and again, not what I expected, but I mean, I like it, and that's about it. Honestly, I'd give it like a solid 7 out of 10. Like, good try. There are a few things I'd change. I'd make it longer, honestly. I feel like it's too short for having that blend. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. It sounds like someone listened to, like, I don't know, Death Consciousness, then they listened to like a hardcore album and they were like, just do both. And that's not wrong. Like, I don't have an issue with that. I myself kind of think that most of the time anyways. So I'm just glad that they did something I've already thought of. And yeah, that's all. That's it. I don't have a lot of notes on this one. Good album. Very very nice. Yeah, no. I don't even need to talk about the instrumental. I mean, these are two storied bands. If you think the instrumental needs to be divulged upon, then like I don't know, go fuck yourself, I guess. But anyways, have a good day.